Welcome to Football Madness. Remember to like, remember to subscribe, remember to share this. Now let's go have some fun. Let's go.
Again, back again to another episode of Football Madness review and preview show. On this week episode, we are going to be previewing the match week 5 and we'll also be reviewing the match week 4 that we saw last weekend. So sit back, relax, grab your drink, grab your food. This is going to be a long one. You know how we do this episode. For those of you that are joining us for the first time, we welcome you to Football Madness. We tend to have fun over here. We banter, we laugh. It is not personal, it is football. If you give me gas, me, I will give you both. No lele, you know the doll, you know the vibe. So sit back, relax, let's have some fun. For those of you that are returning subscribers, thank you. I appreciate your effort. Keep pushing it, keep sharing Football Madness to everyone. Let us get Football Madness moving. So far, this month, we have not been doing good with our numbers, but we need to do better. So help me. Please. Help me. I need your help. Yes, you. I need your help. Please. So grab your food, grab your drink, and let's get into it. Let's have some fun. For the first match we have this weekend, we have the match between West Ham and Chelsea. Chelsea, Mandem FC, step up. We saw Chelsea last weekend against Bournemouth. That was a close game, a hard-fought game, but Chelsea scaled through with the 3 points. Bournemouth gave Chelsea a lot of different threats. They even had a penalty that Sanchez had to save. So Chelsea, I have told you guys times without number, your defense is a problem. Most of the time, Chelsea defense are caught out of position. Most of the time, they are not aware of what is happening. They lose focus, they lose concentration. And I've been banging on this drum. Chelsea, you need to fix your defense. If you want to make top 4 this season, you need to fix your defense. That defense is Chelsea problem. Attack-wise, Chelsea attack looks good, but they need to finish their chances. So when we look at that game against Bournemouth, Chelsea created chances. Chelsea had their moments, but it was still a hard-fought game. So going forward against West Ham, Enzo Maresca, you need to listen. Grab your pen, grab your paper, and take this note down now. Number 1, Sancho has to start. Yes, Sancho has to start. Let this man ball. You already complete your Mandem FC. Sancho is the final piece to the Mandem FC. So let him ball. Let him cook. Nkunku has to start. If Jackson cannot give you goals, rest Jackson. You can bring Jackson on in the second half. There is nothing wrong with rotating your squad. Let Nkunku start. Let Nkunku show you what he has to offer. If Nkunku does not do well, you can bring Jackson off the bench. Sancho has to start, Nkunku has to start, and on the right-hand side, Madueke, come here. You scored hat-trick 3 weeks ago, and you've disappeared. We've not seen your break license then. What is the matter? Is this a trick? Is this like a one lightning wonder or what? What is this? You put yourself in good position. You get yourself in the right places, but you do not finish your chances. Have you scored all your goals already? Is that it? Is the trick? Is that what is going on? Going forward now, after this game, Madueke, you're on fraud watch. Yes, you're on fraud watch. You have to show up. You're already doing everything right. You get yourself in good position. The final piece you need to finish. Just finish your chances. That's simple. So, Madueke once more, you can start. Palmer can start right behind them. Chelsea problem is not the attack. Chelsea problem is their defense. Enzo Maresca, you need to get your players. You need to tell them that they need to be focused. They need to be aware of what is happening in the game. You cannot get caught sleeping. You cannot get caught like you have to be sound. When you attack and when you move out of position, you need to get back you need to get back to your position, or they're going to exploit those spaces. And that's Chelsea problem this season. Players being caught out of position. So this game versus West Ham is a team that is going to attack Chelsea. We are going to see Kudus. That's a player with skills. That's a player that is going to attack. He's going to be direct. He's going to take on his defenders. So, and on the other hand, we are going to see Gerard Bowen. So Chelsea, your defense need to be sound. Your defense need to be ready. Your defense need to be good. Maximum attention. Be alert. Be aware of your surrounding, and you will stand a chance against West Ham. It's going to be a hard game. It's going to be a very hard game, not a very hard game. It's going to be very, very difficult for Chelsea to beat West Ham. So going forward, the game starts from your defense, Chelsea. If your defense is sleeping, West Ham win the game. If your defense is ready to play, you might just scale through with 3 points. That was it for the game of Chelsea. So for the next game on our watch, we have the game between Liverpool and Bournemouth. That's the next game. Liverpool versus Bournemouth. Last weekend, we saw Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest. That game hurt my heart. Liverpool lost at home at Anfield to Nottingham Forest. So sad. But anyway, this is a new week. We need to channel our energy to the next game. So next game is here. The game between Bournemouth. The mistake that we made against Nottingham Forest. We kept passing right to left, left to right, right to left. You can make 5 million passes. If you do not finish your chances, those passes is useless. You have to be direct, you have to be intentional, and you have to bury your chances. You have to be clinical in front of goal. And a slot, you need to listen and listen and listen carefully. Gakpo had a good game against AC Milan. Gakpo needs to start. You need to rotate Jota. Jota is having problem right now. He cannot find his feet. Give Nunes playing time. Let Nunes start. And you don't even know. Maybe Nunes will have a spark. Maybe Nunes will not. And if not, you can bring Jota in the second half since you love Jota so much. But you have to give other people opportunity to show you what they can offer. Let Nunes start. Let Jota sit on the bench and watch. Salah on the right-hand side. Salah will retain his position. Salah, you have blanked 2 games in a row. We need your goals. We need your assists. You need to show. The midfielders have to start scoring goals. Szoboszlai, you need to start scoring goals. You need assists. You cannot be playing 10 and not have goals and not have assists. Then what type of 10 are you? As an attacking midfielder, you need goals, you need assists. It's that simple, plain and simple. You need goals and you need assists. Good and kudos scoring in the Champions League game. I'll give you a flower for that. But now in the Premier League game, you need to do the same. One either between McAllister, Gravenberch, and Szoboszlai, one of you have to score. We cannot keep relying on the strikers. When the strikers are having off day, you need the midfielders to carry them. We saw the game against AC Milan. The Van Dijk and Konate scored. Kudos to them. They stepped up and they brought the game back. So now midfielder, we need a game where you carried us. We've seen the game where attack won the game. We've seen the game where defenders stepped up. Now we need midfielders to step up. And this has to be the game. So the key to victory will be Gakpo need to retain his position from the Champions League game. Gakpo need to start. Nunes need to come in for Jota. Salah stay in your position. The midfield stays the same. Defense stays the same. Goalkeeper stays the same. That's it. Just 2 rotations. That's all. Do you get that kind of slot? Okay. So we are going to be watching. And we are going to see if you are listening. That will be it for that game. The next game we have on our list is the game between Tottenham and Brentford. Tottenham Hotspur this season has been nothing but trash. They've been disappointing. Like there is nothing to write home about. They are just nothing. 1 week they show up, 1 week they will disappear. At this point, I don't even know what to expect from Tottenham Hotspur anymore. I'm just looking at them like they're an unserious team. At this point going forward, I just think Tottenham Hotspur, they are just disappointing. At this point going forward, there's nothing to expect from Tottenham Hotspur anymore. They are disappointing. They are a waste. You play football, you play high line, you attack, you do everything, but you cannot score goals. You spent money, you have a good stadium. What else do you need? You have a new coach that just got here last year. Tottenham Hotspur, what do you need? I want Tottenham Hotspur before the Arsenal game. I told them, do not play a game where you create chances and you do not bury them. And when you give Arsenal, when you keep Arsenal in the game, you give them chances, Arsenal is going to take it. And you did exactly that. You did not learn, you did not listen. You kept Arsenal in the game. Arsenal had 1 chance and Arsenal took it, and that was it. When you watch the game between Arsenal and Aston Villa did the same thing. They created chances, but they did not finish their chances. And Arsenal made them pay. You would think a coach that is getting paid, players that is getting paid millions and millions of pounds, will have the intellect, will have the ability to know that we need to learn from other people's mistake. Not your mistake, learn from other people's mistake. But no, what do? They went there and made the same mistake as Aston Villa, and Aston made them pay. So now going forward against Brentford, what is a team that is going to give Tottenham Hotspur trouble? Yes, Brentford is going to give them trouble. I think Wissa is injured right now, so Wissa might be out, but there's Buemo is still there. They have Carabao. He can come off the bench and give them some threat. So Brentford is a team that is going to give trouble. They play good football. Brentford plays good football. So if Tottenham is not sound, if Tottenham is not ready to go, Brentford will make them pay. Son, Solanke and Johnson, throughout this week, I do not need you practicing. The only thing I need you to be doing is finishing drill. Go find a goalkeeper, go find a goalpost and shoot on the goalpost. Learn how to score goals. You get yourself in key position, you get yourself in the right space in the field, but you do not finish your chances. What is the point? You are costing Tottenham Hotspur a lot of opportunity. You are costing them 3 points. I feel for Tottenham Hotspur fans. I really do. They show up to the game. They support. They are big stadium. They show up. They fill it up. They support week in, week out. But the players are just there playing nonsense. It's so sad. It's sad. Tottenham Hotspur, I feel for you guys, man. Condolence to you guys because you are trying. So the key to victory for Tottenham Hotspur is Son has to show up, Solanke has to finish his chances, and Johnson, you on fraud watch. Johnson and Maddison, actually. Johnson and Maddison, both of you are now officially on fraud watch. Fraud alert. Maddison last season was giving the Tottenham Hotspur goals, assists, was creating chances for them. But this season is like he just disappeared. Maddison, you are now officially on fraud watch. If you do not show up this weekend, who will be in the street of London looking for you, dragging you, who will be dragging you across the street of London. Yeah. So Johnson, Maddison, fraud alert. Going forward, both of you need to step up. Every time I watch Johnson play football, I just see a player with zero IQ. Zero football IQ. When he needs to pass, he will shoot. When he needs to cross, he will dribble. He does everything wrong. Man, condolence to Tottenham Hotspur fans. You guys are trying. But the key to victory, Son needs to show up, Solanke needs to finish his chances, and that's the only way they are going to win. If otherwise, they will just huff, puff, and then they will fail to score goal, and they will lose the game. Going forward to the next game. Moving on to the next game on our list, Crystal Palace versus Manchester United. Manchester United has played 2 games this week. They won the game between Southampton. I told them that game was going to be an easy game, and it was. They showed up, they picked up their 3 points, they left. They played the Carabao Cup game this midweek. They won 7-0. Kudos to them. In those 2 games, that's 10-0. Congratulations. Rashford, I knew you were listening to us. We told you after the international break, you need to show up, and you've done that. Kudos to you. Now you need to keep that momentum against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace is the team that is going to attack Manchester United. It's not going to be a cakewalk like Southampton. Crystal Palace is going to show Manchester United different aspect of their game. They are going to try to score from set piece. Eze is going to try to score from outside the box. Nketiah is now there too. So Manchester United, be wary of Crystal Palace. Be very, very, just be prepared. The last 2 games Manchester United played, Garnacho, Rashford, they look good. It's good. I commend them, I applaud them. But now, this is the test. If you are in school, this is going to be a quiz. This game is going to be the test for Manchester United. If they can come out of this game with 3 points, now we'll know what type of team they are this season. If they do not show up this weekend against Crystal Palace, then we are going to know that they only show up against small teams. So this game is going to be the test for both Ten Hag and his boys. Key to victory for Manchester United, Garnacho has to start. Ten Hag, write this down now. Paste it on your wall in your dressing room. Garnacho must start. Garnacho cannot keep coming off the bench anymore. No. I do not know who you want to take off. You can take off the Diallo, you can take off Rashford, you can take off Zigzil. I do not care. I just know that Garnacho has to start. It is that simple. Garnacho will start, Rashford to start. Those 2 players must be ready to go. They must start. Then you can fill in the blanks and everywhere else. Zigzil, you've had your fun. Zigzil, you've had your fun. Now it's time to mean business. It's time to show up and deliver. The fun time, the game time, the play time is over. Now time to ball. Zigzil, I'll be watching you this weekend. I will be watching you seriously this weekend. You need to show up. Bruno Fernandes, you are getting close to fraud watch. Bruno Fernandes, you are getting close to fraud watch, because now you are not scoring penalty. They've not been giving Manchester United penalty, and you have not been scoring. So Bruno Fernandes, you need to start scoring goals. Yes, goals, assist is needed. Manchester United have everything they need to win this game. Højlund, Mount was back this week in practice. We saw them this week in practice. Manchester United have all these players. Højlund, Zigzil, Diallo, Garnacho, Anthony, Rashford, Bruno. So what is the problem? Why can't they win games? You need to win games, and you need to win them convincingly. You cannot be playing around. So going forward into this game, the key to victory will be Garnacho and Rashford. Both of you taking your chances, both of you showing up in this game and winning the game for Manchester United. That will be all in this game. The final game we have this week is the big one. The final game we have this week is the big one between Manchester City and Arsenal. Number 1 versus number 2. Woo! This is going to be the battle between David and Goliath. It's going to be an interesting one. For you neutral fans, grab your popcorn, grab your drink. You are going to have some fun. At this position now, go subscribe, go like, go now. I'll wait for you before we discuss the game between Manchester City and Arsenal. Go and like, go and subscribe. Go down now, turn around, go like and go subscribe. I'm going to wait on you. Yes, go do that right now and come back. Down there, like, subscribe, and then come back up. Let's continue. The game between Manchester City and Arsenal. We saw Manchester City versus Brentford last weekend. Manchester City defeated Brentford. It was an easy game, light work. Haaland continued doing what Haaland does. Haaland this season is literally unbelievable. Like, he is going to break his record from 2 seasons ago. At this point, that's not even longer a 10. That is already done and dusted. The only thing that is stopping Haaland this season now will be injury. Knock on wood. Let's not wish Haaland bad luck. But going forward this season, Haaland has been unbelievable. He's moving like a goal machine, literally a walking goal. He might not have a lot of touches in the game, but don't worry, he does his job well. He scores goals. That's simple. I warned Brentford. I told them the key and how to stop him, but they did not listen. I told them to go get two fire trucks and park them in front of the goal and do not leave there, but they did. I told them to spray him water. They did not. But they did not listen. So Arsenal, the ball is on your court. For Manchester City, the key to victory for Manchester City is Manchester City need to show us that Pep Guardiola learned something from the last season game at Etihad. Last season at Etihad, Arsenal showed up and played 0-0. Why? Because Arteta made the game ugly. He literally just packed the bus and tried to catch Manchester City on a counter-attack. They could have won the game if they just finished their chances. But now, Pep Guardiola needs to show us that he has learned his lesson. He knows what to do. He needs to have plan B. When plan A is not going well, you need to have plan B. We are going to be seeing Rodri starting. We're probably going to be seeing Foden starting because KDB went out in the first half of the Champions League game. So we look forward to seeing if he's fit or not. But Manchester City, Pep Guardiola, you need to have a plan B. When plan A is not going well, you need to have a plan B. And that was the problem that happened in the last game at Etihad last season. For Arsenal, on the other hand, Arsenal defeated Tottenham in their last game. It was a hard-fought game, obviously, but they went away with 3 points. Sometimes you do not need to play well to win games, and Arsenal has been showing that this season. For me, this season, the key point for Arsenal is Raya. This season so far, Arsenal's best player is Raya. This man is playing like a player that has a point to prove. Maybe it was because he was on the bench at the Euros for Spain, so now he's playing like he wants to take the first place. He wants to be the #1 goalkeeper for Spain. He's playing out of his mind. This season, he's the best Arsenal player. This season. And it's not even close. This season, Raya is Arsenal's best player, and it's not even close. He's keeping Arsenal in game. Whenever Arsenal needed him to hold on to the play, like it's not like he's only playing with his flag. He makes important saves to keep Arsenal in games. Whenever Arsenal need him to hold on to the ball, make save, he will show up either way. If you need him to save penalty, he will do that. You need him to make a one-on-one save, he will do that. You need him to save header. He's doing everything for Arsenal this season, and he's keeping Arsenal in games. If you were to look at it this season, I would say Raya alone, single-handedly, has kept Arsenal in 3 games, giving them 9 points. This season, and we've only played what? We've only played 4 games. 9 points out of Arsenal's points this season is kudos to Raya. I'm telling you, Raya is kudos to him. Without Raya, Arsenal will be nowhere to be found this season. So I applaud his effort. I applaud the energy he's playing with. Keep up the good work. We see your work, Raya. You are doing well. The key to victory for Arsenal will be in order to beat Manchester City, will be the same thing they did last year. You have to make the game ugly. You have to come with 2 fire trucks and pack the bus against Manchester City. You do not want to go toe-to-toe with Pep Guardiola, especially at Etihad. Just show up, Arteta, pack the bus, make the game an ugly one. Do not make the game entertaining. Do not listen to the viewers. Do not listen to outsiders that is trying to be entertained. You do what you need to do to pick up the point. Pack the bus, make the game ugly, and you will stand a chance. Catch Manchester City on a counter attack. Those 3 things. Like, listen again. Write this down, Arteta. Pack the bus, make the game ugly, and catch Manchester City on a counter attack. Those 3 points is how you are going to beat Manchester City. And on the other hand, for Manchester City, if you want to beat Arteta, you need to have plan B, because you know what he's going to do. He's going to make the game ugly. He's going to pack the bus. Now, Pep Guardiola, is up to you to come up with a plan B to break them down. It is not up to Arsenal to open the net for you or give you space. No, it's your job to break them down. Break that defense down. Arsenal defense this season has probably been the best in the Premier League last season and this season so far. As a unit, they are playing the best defensive game. They hold on to lead. They score. They can win you. They can score 1 goal and hold on to their lead, and that is important. So, in order to beat them this game coming this weekend, Manchester City, you have to go and break them down. It is not their job to make it easy. It's not their job to make it entertaining. It is not their job to open the net for you. No, you have to go and break them down. Haaland, this is your test. You've been destroying everyone. You've been destroying every team. Now, this is the game that is going to put you in a different stratosphere. If you want people to say Haaland is the best player in the world, this is the type of game. Oh, Haaland is the best striker in the world, this is the type of game. This is it. Games like this is what names are made of. This is historical. These are the ones that they will write. They will say, did you remember that goal that Haaland scored? They will say, did you remember those goals Haaland scored against Arsenal? The goals he scored against Liverpool? The goals he scored against Manchester United? This is where history is made, Haaland. So show up this weekend. Show up and score goals. For Arsenal, pack the bus, hold on to the game. Raya, keep them in the game, make key important saves, and Arsenal will stand a chance. We have come to the end of today's episode of Review and Preview. Thank you for staying with us. Remember to like, remember to subscribe, remember to share this. Now let's go.